I was just saying, sometimes when you're a kiddie, there's also the experience of having one's parents, one's father, one's mother insulted. People say nasty thing about mum and dad. Now, have you been aware of criticism? Not parental criticism, not within the family. They're not interested. Where this conversation is with us as writers. So the criticism that is leveled to your father. Are you aware of any such criticism?
Yeah, no, I'm aware of it. You know.
Might you level one of those criticisms that you're aware of to your father, and see? Let's see how he responds.
Well, I mean, you know, some of the criticisms on language, where people would argue that that by writing in Gikuyu, it's as he's depriving his work of other people. You know, as if the book cannot get translated, as if it cannot exist in other languages. Right, and also, there's also, I'm going to stretch on that. Right? The criticism of writing in Kikuyu is that you became a champion of Kikuyu hegemony, of Kikuyu ethnocentricity, and forget the Nigerians for a while, the people who are going to rule the world are Kikuyus, and Kenya in particular, and that you're their great banner. So that, any response?
As you know, I feel very strongly about the language situation in Africa. If you go to any country, any cultures, the intellectuals of those countries are right in their own languages, no matter how small that language is. If in Africa it was a case of a few writers or intellectuals operating in English or French and so on, that would be fine, like in your case, for instance. But there's something that is seriously troubling in a continent where all the intellectuals, whether they are writers or ordinary people or in government officials or bureaucrats as a whole, where a whole entire educated strata of that society produce ideas, circulate ideas in a language or in languages that are not necessarily spoken by 90% of each of the linguistic communities. And the problem I have is that because you and I, through English language, we understand each other, we can make jokes and so on. Because the elite of one community can have conversation in English with the elite of another community, we may have the illusion that we usually represent the nation. And it's not true, because in each of the linguistic communities, 90% of the people speak languages other than English, French, or Portuguese. And my feeling is that this is at the root of so many problems we are having in Africa. Because you can't have a society into the production of ideas. If you have the best ideas on medicine, on agriculture, on whatever, and you are the most educated, you are the most skilled of the community. You're the one with the latest in technology, in science, in medicine, and so on. Then you produce that and you keep it in a storage called English linguistic house or French linguistic house. When you come to think of it, it is collectively, in my view, I don't want to use the word betrayal, but in a sense there is a betrayal. Because you're out there to get the best you can from the world. And then in terms of ideas, we return so little back to our communities. And it does not matter whether this is Kikuyu or Luo, is the fact that all the intellectuals of all communities tend to store their latest knowledge and skills in languages that cannot be accessed by any member of the communities who does not have linguistic or who does not have a key labeled English, or who does not have a membership card written French, English, or Portuguese.
Mukoma, to use an Americanism, are you on the same page with that?